there was an article that came out months ago on CNN how they was coming up with studies that say that people in adulterous relationships, like people that's in the cuckolding or swinging, is actually healthy for their relationship.
Yeah. It makes them desire each other more.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
And he'll give you reasons as to why he feels that way. Present that to you like, hey, you know, damn, that the way he put it, that's he'll really have you thinking like that.
I got another example, bro. Not to change that one, but I got another example. The mark of the beast. They're gonna believe that I need that for my elderly with dementia. I need that for my children with the Amber Alerts. I need that for my credit cards and credit card fraud. I need that. That's a good benefit to me.
They have a chip that they could put in your brain to, you know, boost your memory. You know that they're developing.
Yep.
So
this is they're gonna make you believe that all of this is good for you.
They're gonna throw in them incentives.
Yep. This Bible is the only defense from that. You know, it's the only righteous way from that. You know,
what the fuck is healthy about your woman sleeping with another man?
Right.
How's that healthy for my union with my wife? Once another man come into that union is done. All right, and if another man shoots his semen into my woman, her land is polluted.
I got it.
But Esau will tell you that that's healthy. Brothers, look that up. Go to Google and type in CNN article cuckold. They're really trying to present to you that that's somehow, some way healthy for your marriage, man. Peep that shit. This man is the damn devil, man.
Jeremiah 3:1. They say if a man put away his wife and she go from him and become another man's, shall he return unto her again? Shall not that land be greatly polluted?
And that's filthy. That's filth, man. Another man then released his bacteria, his fluids into your woman, which your fluids is already in there. So yours and his is in that one in that one organ, and here it is. You about to go back into that?
Hey, your DNA chain of what is it? I think men are XX, men are XY, men are XY, right? Women are XX. So you add the Y chromosome to the woman from their DNA, and she becomes adjoined unto you, having traits of your DNA and your spirit on them. But then another man's hop on. Now his is fighting you for that one X and them Y spot. You know, and that's what happens. Now that's why these women be all over the place. She'll date a nice guy, and she'll date a thug, and they don't get along. She'll date a nigga from us blood, a nigga from a crib, they don't get along. You know, she'll have all these different types of spirits that just sit up there and combat each other all damn day.
That's why these women are batshit crazy, man.
Yep.
Fucking open relationships, man. It's just all out, just total, just sick, twisted, demented perverseness, man.
Yep.
You could do anything here.
Disgust.
Wife swapping.
they got a show.
Yeah. Trading spouses.
Yep.
That's debauchery, man. Hey, even all these different acts that we talking about, it's found in the Bible, man. And the Lord actually condemns it. Those are all abominations, man. All right, and matter of fact, if a man sleep with your woman, according to the Bible, she's supposed to die and that man that sleep with her supposed to die. You ain't supposed to be, after he get done with your woman, y'all playing pool together. The fuck is wrong with you devils, man? Matter of fact, you know what? I'm not gonna say that because that's how you are. No, I'm talking about you niggas. Because you niggas, y'all get seduced by the ways of this devil. And y'all start doing it. There's clips, I don't know which show it was from, but you had a Jake couple and they both basically allowed for each other to have different sexual partners. And they all were kicking it together.
Hey, you go to that old show.
All together. They were all dating at the same time.
What was the name of
Sickness, man.
What was the name of that show?
Which one?
That one that was on TV. Change of Heart. Where allowed you. How many relationships got broken up because you went on there, went on this show, Change of Heart. Remember that shit, right? You go on there and all of a sudden, I watch shows. I used to watch it, whatever, but you can see how the woman has now been adjoined onto that man now, to that other man. Sometimes I'm like, man, their chemistry's way too. They was fucking. They chemistry didn't change. He didn't put his spirit on that woman.
And the man always had, I want to stay together.
Yeah, the man put stay together. The woman said, I can't wait to bounce.
Yeah.
And then the man that be with her be like, nah, like not.
Hey, when she say change her heart after he said stay with her, that means he already hit that shit, man.
Yeah.
He put his vibration and spirit on her already.
Yep.
She's into him now.
Yep.
Yep.
And some of them will, if the man don't have a good job, she'll take the ride that night and then stay with her. Oh, he got a better job, and I just see, you never know. The idea of wickedness that is sprouted from this damn serpent giving it to Eve comes down to this.
The 14th
It's
chapter.
ridiculous, man. To where women will keep you and just play both.
Play both sides.
Yeah, play both sides. And it ain't for them to do that.
Esau give him the license.
Yeah.
The scriptures tell you give not a woman liberty to gather rod. She ain't supposed to have all this liberty, but hey, under Esau, hey, she's the biggest libertine out there.
Yep.
Yeah, because naturally a man loves a woman, man. A woman don't love a man. She loves her hair. You know? So she say, I love my man. No, she don't. She don't know what love is.
No, she loved what he could do for her.
That's right.
Yeah, Wisdom of Solomon 14, and started at 22.
This Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 22. Moreover, this was not enough for them, that they erred in the knowledge of the Most High. But whereas they lived in the great war of ignorance, those so great...
And that's these people, and mainly Israel. You know, when we read Romans, the first chapter, it's talking about those Israelites that were under the Roman Empire, and they were living as the Romans.
Yep.
They were worshiping Roman gods, carrying on Roman practices.
Yeah.
Okay, they were having Roman festivities, being a damn perverse demon, just like Esau.
Yep.
You know, completely ignorant of the knowledge of the Most High, which is what and is contained in the law, the wisdom. You know. Go ahead, Doc.
Let's continue in 22. It says, those so great plagues called they peace. For whilst they slew their children in sacrifices.
This is what they were doing. And to this very day, these are the acts, what the brothers getting ready to read, these are the very same acts that it goes on a daily basis in a society. And Esau gives the license for it to happen. All right? This same man that'll call himself a Christian and tell you that God loves everybody, but then he'll okay these activities. Keep going, bro.
For whilst they slew their children in sacrifices, or used secret ceremonies, or made revelings of strange rites.
Revelings of strange rites. That goes back to those orgies, the orgy parties, man.
R-I-T-E-S.
You know, or it don't even have to be just necessarily an orgy. Sometimes it could, because back then, revelings was like basically a place where it was a lot of riotous drinking and parading, and a lot of music playing, and people tossing drinks up, and people getting rowdy and losing their damn mind.
Yep.
You know, that's part of the revelings. That's what goes down. It happens in the club every.
They're about to have a big
every
one
weekend
with that EDC in a couple of weeks.
EDC, yeah, they come, and they don't just deal with alcohol. They deal with all type of pills and drugs.
Marijuana's legal.
Come.
So you start getting into the mixtures, man. Woo. With them demons too. Woo, man, people, man.
Yeah.
Let's continue in 24. They kept neither lives nor marriages any longer undefiled.
They what?
They kept neither lives nor marriage. They kept neither lives nor marriages any longer undefiled.
They kept neither laws nor marriages no longer undefiled. All right, when a marriage becomes defiled, that means the bed is defiled.
Yeah.
All right. Basically, your woman, when you join with your woman, y'all become one flesh. When another man puts that asunder and he goes into your woman, he just basically defiled your flesh. All right. When a man commits adultery, he basically just defiled that flesh, that one flesh. So that marriage is defiled. So what do you think these swingers are doing? They're defiling their marriage. Okay? These motherfuckers that's in that open relationship thing, I believe that's what fucking T.I. and Tiny is doing. Fucking Jada and Will Smith, that's what they do. A lot of them celebrities, that's what they do, man. Monique, her and her husband, they all into that shit, man. Because they're part of a satanic industry, and basically you can't have any type of morality when you partake in such a demonic industry, man. Esau don't allow that. You got to be a demon like him.
If you're not tapped into that demon, you ain't gonna push out the right demonic vibration. It ain't gonna be heavy enough. They deal with heavy demons. Look at the masses, like the brother said, 30 years, the Bible, everybody's cool with the Bible not being on the streets no more. 30 years, homosexuality went from getting beat up to get people hopping out of cars in the 80s and 90s, whooping a faggot's ass, to now hopping out, giving them high fives and shit. It's ridiculous. You read more on there?
Continuing 24, but either one slew another traitorously or grieved him by adultery. So that there
adultery. You see that every day. Go on World Star, man. Shit. It's always a new video
of
some
Kardashian household.
And that's sick, man.
You always see a video clip of a dude coming home, and he got his camera phone, you know, and he's filming, walking into his own home, and he's like, yeah, I know she home. I know she ain't been right for some time, you know. So I need to. I got off early. I just wanted to see, you know, ain't been right, and that's the spirit of jealousy comes on a man. That's in the scriptures. You know, the spirit of jealousy comes on a man.
Nothing wrong with that spirit.
No. There's a law on how to deal with that. Leviticus, the 5th chapter.
Number 5.
So like, Numbers, the 5th chapter. Salakia, man. You know, so you always see these videos pop up where a dude, whether it be an Edomite, it could be an Edomite, a Moabite, whoever. But you starting to you see it all the time. They come home, and then next thing you know, they bust open the door or whatever, and she got this surprised look on her face. That dude, you know, he bugging out. Or sometimes a dude might just like, oh shit, this her nigga right here. He's sitting there like nonchalant about it.
Yeah, these bitches don't.
And she ain't tripping about it.
Bitches don't even tell you that she got a man.
Yeah, man. Fucked up, man. But you see, this is what happens when you give this devil the manager position over the planet.
Right.
This is how things will continuously go. We didn't have to really deal with a lot of that when we was in rulership, man. Our women, we kept them in straightly, man.
Yeah.
It wasn't too much adultery going on. Because the laws got executed. The judgments.
Motherfuckers got stoned.
Motherfuckers got examples made out of them. In the midst of the whole city.
Yep.
All Israel would have to watch, man.
Get a rock.
Certain blow of the trumpet come. Everybody come, oh shit. Go out there and see what it is. They label her crimes, the judgment. They read the judgment straight out. Where the judgment come from? They read the judgment of how you deal with it right here. The judgment was the stoning. Boom.
Just back in Esau was doing that with the pilgrims and shit.
Yeah,
They was hanging motherfuckers, man. Hanging witches and all that shit.
I always like to tell us when you bring that up. How is it that you could, that's how Esau thought about it. If you're a witch, then you won't burn, but we gotta kill you by the stake.
Yeah, I was thinking about you.
But if you are a witch, I mean, if you are a witch, you know, so that means you won't burn by fire and kill you with a stake. But if you're not a witch, oops,
Yeah.
We just burnt you up for no reason. My bad. You know? But anyway, that just shows that he don't know how to judge right. He really just don't like you. They can accuse anybody of being a witch. You know?
Yeah, it was another one. They said if you're not a witch, then you won't drown. But if something like that.
If you're a witch, you won't drown.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Yeah, finish that.
This continues, Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 24. They kept neither lives nor marriages any longer undefiled, but either one slew another traitorously or grieved him by adultery.
So grieved by adultery. And that's, you know, that's one of the major sins that Jake get off on is adultery, man.
God, and it's in all the songs, it's promoted.
Yeah.
Mr. Took Your Girl, Mr. Steal Your Girl, all that stuff. They only talk about smashing another dude's woman.
I'm a flirt, that R. Kelly song, I'm a flirt.
Yeah.
If you leave your girl, I'm gonna get her. That was in that song.
Yeah. 25. So that there reigned in all men, without exception, blood, manslaughter, theft, and dissimulation, corruption, unfaithfulness, tumults, perjury, disquieting of good men, forgetfulness of good turns, defiling of souls,
defiling of souls, because that's exactly what you do when you commit these different acts. You wrong your own soul, man. It says that even about adultery, man. Okay. Matter of fact, somebody get that in was that Proverbs 6?
Yeah.
Because really, you put a blot on your soul when you do that, man. Proverbs 6 and like 22.
24?
Yep.
Yeah, probably that's what you want, right?
6 and 30.
30.
Hold on.
29.
Yeah, 29.
Yeah, Proverbs chapter 6, verse 29. So he that goeth into his neighbor's wife, whosoever toucheth her shall not be innocent.
Jump to verse
32.
32.
But whosoever committeth adultery with the woman lacketh understanding. He that doeth it destroyeth his own soul.
Destroyeth his own soul. All right. So what did that say in Wisdom of Solomon?
It says defiling of souls.
Defiling of souls, man. All right. When you do all this manner of wickedness, all you really is you destroying your soul. It starts with you selling it. Like a lot of those entertainment industry cats that sold their soul. Now, because of that, they gotta fulfill the obligation of the devil who they sold their soul to. And the devil's gonna tell you to do all type of perverse shit.
Yep.
All right? Look at Kanye, man.
Yeah.
That's a troubled soul right there. His soul is totally defiled, man. That's why this nigga is blonding his hair. He's doing all type of crazy shit, man.
Off of fame and Federal Reserve notes, man.
You know? This nigga even just admitted that he went and got liposuction.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nigga, didn't your mama die from that?
Yep.
Supposedly?
Yeah.
So y'all won't be calling me fat. Get your ass out of here, man.
Your soul, that nigga's soul is touched, man.
Yeah.
Bitches do that shit, man. He got a mind of a fucking woman.
That's for the weak.
Feminine
for the
spirit,
weak.
man.
It is for the weak. Hey, but that's what happens when your soul is gone, man. When your soul is defiled and it's gone, it's trouble, it's defiled. And your conscience, man, is all messed up, man. You know?
I finished reading that, bro. It said change of the kind.
God.
Yep.
That was just that anyway.
Defiling of souls, changing of kind.
There we go, changing the kind, man.
That's that transgender shit.
Yes.
Disorder in marriages.
Disorder in marriages.
Yeah.
Hey, in marriage, the fucking roles are switched.
Yeah.
The wife then became the husband. All right? She's the head of the household. That's disorder. That's not the order that the Lord set up. The man's supposed to dominate. He's supposed to take charge.
This is way out of highway.
I bet you Paris Hilton wanted to be a bartender eventually.
Adultery and shameless uncleanness.
And shameless uncleanness.
Yep.
Basically, you proud about the uncleanness.
Oh, I gotta bring it up.
Like these women.
Keep going.
When they actually, they wear it as a badge of honor. They wear it on their sleeve for how many niggas that they sleep with.
They bodies.
How much mileage.
You that posted that? And no matter what it's for. No matter how. Anybody with the same name count as one. If they count. So who sent that video out?
It was a nigga woman, right?
Yeah. Sent it count as 4. No matter how many bodies you got, the answer's always
And
4.
she was talking about the men that you don't count.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Or that dude that you suck his dick or you let him
money,
do this.
anything for money,
anything
you
for
don't
money,
count that.
you don't count that.
That was business.
She had no shame
No
in what the
shame.
fuck she said, man. No shame.
Huh?
All right? That's an example of shameless uncleanness.
Another-
You're proud about your box being stretched out and totally a fucking wasteland.
Another one.
A fish trap.
Another one is
That shit is a damn. It's like a piss boy at a clinic. You know, every dude got to go in there and pee in the
cup.
In the cup, or they got to pee in the toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of you sluts, man.
Yeah.
Totally defiled, man. You proud about that?
Um,
You remember that video that the brother from the Bay did? It was an experiment where they was going around surveying women out here on the strip, and they was basically interviewing women about their body count. And then women were laughing, and you know, especially the nigga woman, she was proud about talking about how much high numbers she got.
yeah.
She's proud about her numbers, man. A proud adulterous hoe.
Yeah.
That's shameless uncleanness.
I want to bring this up about the shameless uncleanness, right? When a woman's on her period, these women like men to still have sex with them. There's people that's into that. Like that's the height of what they live for. During that week of impurity, they want to be popped. And there's men that's into that now too. That's shameless uncleanness, because that's when you're supposed to be shamed. When your vagina's getting its cleansing and washing out. Plus, if you've been having sex and you ain't had a baby, hey, that's in the ancient times, that was looked at as a stain upon you. You still ain't having, you've been doing all that all month and you ain't got one yet.
In that movie, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, when you seen that?
Yeah.
And they was talking about their body counts or whatever. Brad Pitt was like, I slept with 30 women. And Angelina Jolie said, I slept with 350 men or some shit like that. I was like, wow. And he was like, oh my
Shameless.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got a show on Netflix called Shameless. Watch that shit, man. It shows you the debauchery of Esau. But when you see that show, you even got Jake in there, and they just as wicked as Esau, man. You got the nigga woman that she's totally just out of pocket, man. Shameless as fuck, man. You know? She's got a habit. That's another example of shameless cleanness. Just juggling dudes. Shameless uncleanness, man.
Crazy, bro. I watched the season of it, man.
I couldn't get past it.
I
couldn't get past 2 episodes of that
Crazy,
shit.
bro.
What's that? Shameless?
She's gotta have it.
Oh, she's gotta have
about the old movie, but yeah, I forgot that.
Not the Spike Lee one. That was bad. But the show, that shit is totally worse, bro.
Yeah, because in the 80s it was like 4 guys at once trying to holler at her.
Yeah.
But in the show, it's like reality, right?
She got
reality.
3 men. She fucking.
It might have been 3. I think it was 3 in the movie. Yeah.
Like shameless uncleanness, man.
I got a
These faggots,
scripture.
you know, kissing each other in the mouth, and walking hand in hand in public. All right.
And we just talking about sexual immorality.
Right.
You know?
We ain't even got into the other laws going deep into that. This is just sexual immorality.
Hey, in a roundabout way, not Nate. fucking Johanna. He's telling you that shameless cleanness is okay. If you pop your woman in the rear, which that's unclean, there's no shame in that. You know, he's saying that there's no shame in that. And you know what scripture they try to use to justify that? There's a scripture that talks about
cannot be defiled. The bed is not defiled.
The bed not being defiled.
We heard that before in this camp. That's
totally off.
And when he said that, we should have took note then. But when he said that, we was like,
right.
How do you make that sound like that's a good thing? How is that a good thing? What are you trying to say right now?
You're trying to justify.
Yeah, what are you trying to?
You trying to justify? You trying to make justifications for it?
Right.
You trying to?
That mean
you trying to enable that shit? That's what you're doing.
If you ain't, that's why it's gotta be. You gotta be condemning it.
Yeah.
Con. That's straight up sodomy, man.
Yeah.
And that's the according to scientifically, they even tell you that that's the fastest way to contrive sexual transmitted diseases, man. It's more of a risk going through the exit hole than to go into a vagina, man.
Shit, then do a needle and shit. Can't be faster than a needle. Feces, man.
Yeah.
That's sick, man. But hey, in this society, there's no shame in it. They do it on camera and shit, and upload it on them sites and shit, man. This place is hey, that's why the Lord got to come back and dissolve this place, man.
Right.
You know, because these are all the acts that go on every day, right now. Right now, these things are going on. Okay, especially in this motherfucker Sin City.
Somebody right now is filming with somebody's wife. You know what I mean? Like
Jake is probably
doing all types.
Jake is probably in a hotel suite, or he probably was there last night, or he probably finna do it tonight. Some random Edomite came to him and said, "Hey, listen, pal. You know, my you know, we kind of spotted you. You have a physique, you know, that a very unique physique about you. You know, you're very athletic.
Turns my wife on.
My wife, you know, she's very attracted to that type of physique. You know, he'll find a way to explain it to Jake. He'll be like, so how about if I give you an opportunity, like it's a business opportunity.
Make Jake feel good about it.
Yeah. He'll present it like a business opportunity. How would you feel to want to make this such and such amount if you go and pleasure my wife while I sit in the corner and watch?
Robert
you know,
Redford.
simple as Jake, because they did this to Jake in slavery.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
They turned them into a bunch of bucks, man. Basically, Israelites, when you were spoiled of war, that nation become a bunch of sex toys to you. You could do whatever you please to them. You know, he don't even know that number on his shirt is spiritual.
I want to say, there was a movie called Indecent Proposal with Robert Redford. Proposed.
Hey guys, how's it going?
He proposed a night with Woody Harrelson's wife, which was Demi Moore.
Yeah.
He proposed that he would just want one night. It was like $1 million or something like that for one night.
Right.
And they were in a whole lot of trouble and debt, and you know what I'm saying? Like trying to get their business off the. Yeah, it was doing bad, right?
Bad, man.
And all of a sudden they were like, he considered it. I think he agreed to it, or they got into a beef. Him and his wife ended up getting into a beef, and she went off and did it. I think she did it. Or he tried to go get it.
Yeah.
He did do it, right? Then he went to try to get her, but they was beefing already when he realized it was the wrong decision, and his wife was defiled, and so they couldn't click no more. That other man's spirit was on her, but she realized she didn't want to be with him either. It shows you exactly how society gets down, how wicked this place really is. That's why the scriptures tell you, once you leave off, when you get a bill of divorce, and you leave off from being a certain man's wife, you go on to another man, you can't go back to that first man. But these women always want to go back. And it says in Hosea, with you it was I was fed, I had corn and wine, and I was doing good, basically. You mind if I get it? Somebody get
We
Hosea?
kind of going left, but yeah,
No.
you could get it. You could get it. Yeah, you could get it.
Hosea, I think it's the second chapter.
Because, I mean, of course, that's going into how Israel was being a spiritual adulterous hoe, man.
7 through 10, yep.
You know? Being a straight up adulterous hoe, man. Spiritually, worshiping these other idols and shit.
7 first chapter.
Hosea 1 and 7.
Now, the reason I'm reading this is because it's one of those twofold scriptures. Absolutely, it's talking about us as a nation going away from the Most High, but it's also talking about the situation, how it plays out with these women and their first husbands, wanting the desire to be another man. Go ahead.
Hosea 1 and 7. But I will have mercy upon the house of Judah, and will save them by their Lord, their power, Yahweh, and will not save them by the bow, nor by sword, nor by battle.
It's 2 and 7.
Hosea 2 and 7. And she shall follow after her lovers, and she shall not overtake them, and she shall seek them, but they shall not find them.
It's funny you did read that in 1 and 7 because it showed you it was talking about the nation of Israel. Because it is the nation. But this is also, when you read this account, it shows you just how these women are. Keep reading.
They shall then say, I will go and return to my first husband, for then was it...
Because they go and they have their first husband wrapped up and they're committed, they're all wrapped into each other, then what happens? And she goes off and be with another man, but she can't get because he know that you ain't no slut ass, no good ass bitch. Ain't nobody want to deal with you. And since nobody want to deal with you, ain't nobody gonna, I'm gonna hit you and then I'm gonna leave you be where you are for what you really are. And then what? Then she, I'm gonna go back to my first husband. Go ahead.
For then,
I'm gonna go back to the simp nigga.
For then was it better than, for then.
Yeah, but the Most High, he's not a simp.
No.
Because he whipped that ass every time you played the harlot. Yeah. He either said, all right, well, go on over there and watch them beat the shit out of you and nut in your face and ghetto gag you and treat you like shit. Yeah. You know? And that's exactly what when we took on the idols of these other nations, they ruled over us and fucked us up.
Yeah.
You know? With rigor, man. You know? They oppressed us.
For then was it better with me than now?
Yeah, because it was better with the Most High and better with your first husband than it was with anybody else.
For she did not know that I gave her corn and wine and oil.
I cared about her. I gave her the necessities that she needed. Go ahead.
And multiplied her silver and gold, which they prepared for Baal.
And look, and you went giving all your gifts. I got you a gym membership. You looking all good. You gonna floss it out in front of another man and let him hit that fat ass that I done helped you build up through my hard work of giving you a gym membership. See?
Therefore will I return and take away my corn in the time thereof.
And that's the difference that you simp ass niggas don't do that the Most High does. He took it away from you. He's like, nope, I'm taking away all my shit. You ain't getting half of my shit. I got a prenup on you, simple ass niggas.
It says, in my wine in the season thereof.
And to be real with you, the prenup was what? When you go into the laws of Deuteronomy, the curses and the blessings, if you do not these things, that was the agreement right there. If you do these things, I'll hook you up with everything. But if you do not these things, I'm gonna jack you up and I'm gonna take everything I have from you back and let you be as a heathen. I will punish you if you do that.
And will recover my wool and my flax given to cover her nakedness. And now will I discover her lewdness in the sight of her lovers, and none shall deliver her out of mine hand.
You can easily see how this pertains not only to our nation, but to individual slut-ass women out there as well. You know, but this same thing is also pushed and agreed upon for these are the same type of women that agree with the LGBTQ. That push that whole mentality, that don't want the austerity of the Bible to be around. I think that's